The courtroom comes alive as Judge Vonda B takes her seat. The case of Ford versus Ford is about to begin. On one side stands Ms. Ford, a confident mother ready to plead her case. Her request? To be removed from child support. She explains that her son is almost 18, living with his father and his fiancé, both with steady incomes. She insists she's still supporting her child through cash apps and personal care. Her tone is calm but firm. She feels she's paying for more than she should.
Court with Judge Vonda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1063, Ford case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Ford, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I came here to request to be taken off child support.
All right.
My child is almost 18 right now. I'm still sending cash apps, still taking care of my child, so I'm just confused on how the child is about to be 18. He's in the house with his new fiance, two-parent home right now, well, 2 incomes, and I feel like I just need to be taken off.
All right, so you came to court to ask to be taken off child support because he has a 2-parent income?
And because I do take care of my child.
All right, so what's the legal basis that you're asking to be removed from child support?
What am I paying child support for when I can take care of my own child? My child is just currently living with him because I'm on the road due to my business and entertainment and stuff like that. But as far as cash apps and financial responsibility, I do that without him. My child is almost 18, so I don't feel like I need to go through him for everything.
Okay, I understand. And you say he's almost 18, so he's 17?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What grade is he in?
He's a senior, 12th.
He's 17, but he's a senior?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha. When does he graduate?
In May.
All right. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, I just feel like he's a user and I'm taking care of him and his new fiance.
How is he a user?
He's still allowing me to pay child support for a kid that I'm providing full support for.
Judge Vonda listens intently. She asks the crucial question, what's the legal reason for ending support early? Ms. Ford insists her son's nearing adulthood and that she's providing everything he needs. She speaks passionately about her independence and her work in entertainment. The judge keeps her composure, pressing for details. The conversation reveals a tension many parents know too well, when financial obligation clashes with personal effort and pride.
Right, but you understand you're under a court order to pay child support. That's not necessarily something that he's doing. That's what the court did the first time. You understand that, right?
Yes, but I just feel like he could have denied it or even spoke up and told you guys that I'm taking care of the child financially.
Why would he do that?
Because he don't need my money. I'm taking care of my own child.
Well, let's play devil's advocate a little bit. Would you have done that for him if the roles were reversed?
Yes, ma'am.
You would have opted not to put him on child support?
If he's already provided financial responsibility, exactly, I wouldn't have done that.
I don't believe that.
Okay. I don't know. You know, I see a lot of things when I'm sitting up here, right? So I can't necessarily say you would have done it or you would not have done it, but people in your certain circumstances, I can't say that I've seen them willingly not put.
When asked about her child's age and school status, Ms. Ford answers confidently. He's 17, a high school senior graduating in May. But her composure shifts when she describes her ex as a user. The courtroom air tightens. She claims he's benefiting from her payments while living comfortably with his fiancée. The judge calmly reminds her, child support is a court order, not a personal favor. Ms. Ford pushes back, saying he could have spoken up. The judge challenges her. Would she have done that if the roles were reversed? Ms. Ford says yes, but the judge isn't convinced.
The guy on child support when the roles were reversed. So I don't see why that even matters, you know, that you take care of your child, the child lives with him, so you should be paying child support. You'd agree with me, right?
I mean, my child don't have to technically live with him, but you're the judge, so whatever you say.
But he does. I mean, technically, no, he doesn't, but he likes living with his dad, right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to unroot him from living with dad if he likes being over there. No, you agree with me?
I agree.
Okay, all right. So is it okay if I move over to him, or are you done telling me everything you want me to know?
Yes, ma'am. With just one thing. So even if I'm not taking completely off, I do feel like it do need to be decreased, especially with his age. He doesn't need childcare or anything of that nature. So I will be requesting a decrease.
Judge Vonda leans in, reminding Ms. Ford that child support exists for the child, not the parent. She points out that if the son lives with his father, then the father bears the daily expenses. Ms. Ford reluctantly agrees but insists her child doesn't have to live with him. Still, she concedes the boy prefers it there. The judge gives her credit for her honesty and moves on. Before she does, Ms. Ford makes one final plea. If she can't be taken off support, she wants it decreased. The judge nods, noting the request before turning to the father.
If it can't be just thrown out the court order.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay, sir. Your son lives with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long has he been living with you?
Pretty much all the way up till now, pretty much.
So even as a child from the time this order was entered?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And is it true what she's saying, she give extra outside of paying child support?
I mean, she does. I mean, it's a little here, a little bit here and there, but, you know.
How much child support are you receiving right now?
It's roughly around, it's probably about $700.
Okay. Who carries health insurance?
I do.
All right. How much is your health insurance?
Between, let's see, it's around, roughly about $350.
For your son only, or does that include the both
That's
of you?
with both.
Now the camera turns to the father, calm, composed, and ready to respond. He says his son has lived with him pretty much all along. When asked if Ms. Ford sends extra money, he admits she does. A little here and there. He confirms he receives about $700 in child support. The judge probes deeper into finances, health insurance, expenses, extracurriculars. The father says he pays $350 for insurance and handles basketball and track costs. Ms. Ford, sitting across from him, quietly shakes her head.
Okay. All right. So if we split that in half, it's $175 a person, right? Okay. And your son is 17. He's still in high school. He graduates high school in May.
In May.
All right. What other expenses does he have? Like, is he involved in anything extracurricular?
Sports, I mean, he plays basketball, track.
Who pays for basketball?
Me,
Who pays for track?
me as well.
Does mom help out at all with any of those extra expenses?
I mean, no, not really.
Wow.
Well, she said she sent Cash App and such.
I mean, that's, here and there, It's here and there, it's not, yeah.
But sending extra outside of the $700, that counts for something, right?
Count for some, yeah. I mean, but I feel.
The judge explores the reality of their split responsibilities. Ms. Ford claims she sends money directly to her son for sneakers, uniforms, even pizza nights. The father says he's unaware of it. The tension rises, both parents telling two different truths. The judge listens, sharp and fair, piecing the puzzle together. Somebody's not being honest, she says. The air thickens with silence. Then, a small but telling moment, Ms. Ford offers proof. Cash App receipts.
Like, he's with me most of the time, so I feel like, that is needed. So, I mean, that's just my opinion.
Okay. What is her visitation like with your son?
She comes, 2 or 3 times a week, or he'll stay with her 3 times a week, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So is that pretty consistent?
Yeah, it's consistent.
All right. So consistently, I'm back over to you.
Thank you.
Consistently, what does your visitation look like?
Anytime that I'm in Dallas, I'm spending time with my child. And he also does not provide any clothing or anything of that nature for him.
He lives with him, so he has to be.
No, ma'am. I drops all that off. I'm a fashion designer and I have my own clothing line. So my child is always provided with clothes.
Judge Vonda holds the line. They won't drag the child into the dispute. Still, she pushes both sides to be real. Ms. Ford explains she sends money directly to her son, not through the father. The father insists he never knew. The judge reasons that if the boy still plays sports and participates in activities, then someone's paying for it. That someone, she hints, might be Ms. Ford. The mother says she spends roughly $500 to $600 extra per month, on top of support. The father looks surprised.
And sneakers, everything he needs for basketball, uniforms and stuff, I cover that. When he needs shoes,
He just said he pays for it.
maybe the training, but as far as his equipment and shoes and stuff, my son asked me for the money for that, and I send him the Cash App. I even have the proof. So,
Does she do that?
I'm paying for that stuff. I don't know what she's talking about.
Well, somebody not telling the truth.
ma'am, I have Cash App receipts to show that I send money for uniforms, sneakers, wristbands, anything, movies, any extra activities my son would like to take part in.
We can call him.
Well, no, we don't want to call him. He's still a child. We don't want to do that. But somebody is not being honest. If she's saying she's sending you money through Cash App, are you putting in the memo line like what it's for?
No, I'm sending it to my son directly.
You're
he has
sending
a
it
bank
to the
account.
child
Yes.
directly. So maybe you just don't know that she's doing that.
Judge Vonda begins to close in on the legal truth. She explains that by law, child support continues until the child turns 18 or graduates high school, whichever comes later. Since graduation is only months away, Ms. Ford must keep paying. Still, the judge acknowledges what she's heard, that Ms. Ford is going above and beyond. Her tone softens as she says, "I think she should get somewhat of a break."
I guess that's the case because I don't know anything about that.
What are you paying for exactly?
As far as, uniforms, his everyday, food, clothes, everything he has to do.
She's saying she provides all the clothes.
He just buy food sometimes, and I even send Cash App for pizza and stuff like that. So I'm paying for pizza for him and his fiance and my son as well.
So you're doing more,
Exactly.
is what you're saying. On average, with Cash App, how much would you say monthly you're sending your son?
$500 minimum. His sneakers is $200 and better, so I'm buying him 2-3 pair of sneakers a month. Actually, it's probably about $600 a month, ma'am, that I'm sending additional to the child support order.
Okay. And health insurance, is dad only covering that? That's not anything that you're covering?
No, ma'am.
All right. Under your court order, were you ordered to reimburse him for health insurance?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And sir, do you have other children that reside in the home?
Yeah, I have 2 others.
Okay. Do you have any other children?
No, ma'am.
Here's the deal. Legally, you cannot come off of child support just yet. Reason being is that a child that is the rule is you pay child support for a child up until they turn the age of 18 or until they graduate high school, whichever one happens later. Your son is 17, he's still in high school. He doesn't graduate for another few months. So you will be on child support still until he graduates high school. Do you understand that? That's what the law says, all right? Now,
With steady authority, Judge Vonda delivers her ruling. She reduces the child support from $700 to $450 per month, a fair balance between law and compassion. The decision seems to satisfy both sides, if only slightly. But Ms. Ford can't resist one last jab, saying she's tired of taking care of his whole house. Judge Vonda cuts her off sharply, reminding her to stay respectful and focused. "You are doing so well," she says firmly. The courtroom steadies once again.
what I do think is very telling is that she is paying more. According to what she said, and you didn't refute it, she is paying more than the $700 that she's giving you monthly. So if all of that is assuming that is true, because you didn't say whether or not it was true or not, I think she should get somewhat of a break on the child support, the monthly obligation, at least. Health insurance was never ordered for you to reimburse it to him. So what I'll do is just keep it like it is, where you just keep maintaining the health insurance, and you didn't file anything to request that anyway, and you didn't file anything requesting any adjustments to the health insurance. So what we'll do is just decrease your child support to $450, because according to your testimony, you're sending roughly about $500 anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
On Cash App. So we'll just reduce your child support obligation to $450, and you'll have to pay that through graduation, which is another, 6 months or so?
Yes,
something
ma'am.
like that. I think that's fair. I think that's what's in your son's best interest. According to her, she's doing a lot, and she's giving it directly to your son. And unless you have something in writing that can refute that, then I have to assume what she's saying is true.
I have no clue about the Cash App thing. I mean, there was no conversation. I mean, I don't check his Cash App like that.
Well, I would hope you wouldn't have a conversation with your son about that, because it's really kind of inappropriate, for you all to discuss that. But if he's still enrolled in those activities and those activities are still taking place, there has to be some validity to what she's saying if you know that you're not covering that extra. So that's what
In the final moments, the father says he's just ready to move on, to live peacefully with his wife and kids. The judge nods, granting both of them closure. "You all are dismissed," she says. The gavel falls. The courtroom empties, leaving behind a clear message. Justice isn't always about winning. It's about balance, truth, and what's best for the child.